Welcome back, YouTubers. This is my review of Kamen Rider Chalice from the Kamen Rider Build series. He was the third rider to appear in the show, and with Chalice, he is not like the other three riders in that he is not human. He is one of the undead. He is the Joker of the 52 cards that were released. You see, each card in the deck that is part of the Kamen Rider Blade series, including 2 Joker cards, is one of the monsters. Not all of them were shown in the series, but many of them were. There were a couple of exceptions, like the King of Hearts was later shown in Kamen Rider Decade's alternate world, which was nice, but they did not show every single undead. But the thing about this one is, this is not the Joker undead, but the Ace of Hearts, the Mantis undead, Chalice. Now, as you can see, his design is fairly different from Liango, who I've already covered. His weapon is a little different, his belt is completely different, though he does have the same little card holder, which opens and closes, which is a very nice touch. And he has a lot of silver armor. He did get an upgrade to his form called Wild, and it turned him all red, gave him the Paradox Undead symbol on his heart, on his chest, but otherwise it's just a palette swap with some extra add-ons added to it. Not as much like the King form of Kamen Rider Blade, or Blade's Jack form and Garen's form, where they got a big upgrade part added, such as their wings. But Chalice is the Heart Rider. He uses primarily the Heart cards, which are what in this little bag. They're just like Liango's cards. They're all there, all 13, so, you know, if you collect all 4 riders, you will have all of the main cards, minus the Jokers, of course. They're not included, unfortunately. But the thing is, the Joker cards were never seen in the series proper, only in the movie Missing Ace. Something I wish they had come out was the Missing Ace riders. But let's get on. Now, since Chalice isn't a artificial rider in his own thing, he has a different belt. Now, this little piece pops out here. It's his Rouser, and it plugs into his bow here on the front. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have a slot in it anywhere, so I don't think you can really do what Liango can, where you can slot the card in. But, as you can see here, the little heart-shaped belt buckle he has pops in, and it's used for his finishing moves. Spinning dance. But, otherwise, it's just a little buckle. I prefer to keep it here. Now, with putting it in, you just pull up. It slots in from the top here, not from the front. So you got to be a little careful when slotting it in. It's a bit of a pain. It's one of the small downsides. This figure, however, is really nice, though. Has lots of good articulation in both the legs and the waist pieces, as you can see. His shoulder buckles are also quite nice. One thing I kinda wish they had done with this figure, though, was include an undead belt. Because during the series, this card was taken from him, the Ace of Hearts, that is, and it was used by Liango, who has a card called Remote, which unseals undeads and puts them temporarily under his control. They can be resealed just like normal, but it gives Liango the ability to control some of the other monsters. And during the fight with this version of him, he was exactly the same, but his belt was a standard undead buckle with the Ouroboros symbol. So that is a disappointment. I would have thought they would include that. It would give a lot more play to this character, if you ask me, because then you can have it as Chalice instead of Kamen Rider Chalice. Either way, it's a solid figure, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who's picking up the Kamen Rider Blade series of Figmas. The one thing I will point out is these prongs on top are quite delicate, as is his bow, so you gotta be a little careful on those pieces. Plus, the little bits on his belt, very easy to drop and lose. I've dropped them on more than one occasion. So you should definitely keep care on those and get a Ziploc, especially for the cards. Either way, I'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Share this video if you could. And I'll see you next time around. Ciao!